So here we're going to have transitive and intransitive verb. Okay. Yesterday in the class, I explained to you what is a transitive verb. Okay. So transitive verb is a type of verb which needs or requires what? Object. Is a type of words which needs or requires an object to complete its meaning. Okay. It means where in a sentence there is an object, that can be a type of transitive verb. What about intransitive? Okay, so it is just opposite to transitive verb. Intransitive verb does not require any object. Okay, without any object, its sense is completed. Clear. So it does not require any object. That only the definition and difference between these two. Transitive verb is a type of verb in which we have object. So that objects can be direct objects as well as indirect objects. In some of the sentences, we have both direct as well as indirect objects. So a verb that needs or requires an object to complete its meaning is known as a transitive verb. On the other hand, intransitive verb that does not require any object to complete its meaning. Okay. So here we are going to study the first exercise, that is exercise A. What to do here? Point out the transitive verb and their object in the following sentences. Where the verb is intransitive, simply mention the intransitive verb. So here in the first exercise, you have to find out the transitive verb as well as its object. Clear? So the first we begin. Your first sentence says, she rang the bell. She rang the bell. Okay. So here is the first sentence. If you're going to find out transitive verb as well as its object. So students, you can see that she is a subject, verb is rang is our verb, and the bell, which is what? The object. So here you have to simply do what? You will just underline it. You will write here transitive. Okay, that is transitive verb. What about bell? So about your bell, you will write your object. Like that, you have to do in all the sentences. Clear? Now, what is the second one? 12 children raised their hand. 12 children raised their hand. So here the word raised. Okay. Now the second is raised. That raised is transitive verb and hands. Okay. Then hands is object. Okay. You will underline hand and then hand is object. Clear? Now we have the next one, that is 3. How many guests are coming tonight? So students, here there is no object at all and it is a type of intransitive verb. So simply you will underline the 3 is are coming. You will simply underline this, will write intransitive. Clear? Okay, please raise your hand and then make me sure how many of you are doing this exercise in your book. Okay, very good. We will go for the fourth one, that is the door opened suddenly. I will write fourth one here. Now the fourth, we will write opened. Here opened in this sentence, student, you do not get any object. So the door opened suddenly. That is a an example of intransitive verb. There is no any object, and where we do not get any object, that is the part of a intransitive verb. So that will be intransitive verb. Okay. Now five. Now let's move for the next five one. He goes to school by bus. Okay. He goes to school by bus. So goes is transitive and bus is object. Number six, they will laugh at us. So will laugh will be transitive and us will object. Okay. Will laugh will transitive verb. That is T for transitive verb. Clear? Us is. I hope that board is visible to everybody. Okay. All right. So we have completed sixth one. Now the seventh is you should go home now. You should go home now. So should go and home. Seventh will should go. That is your transitive verb. Okay. And what about home is object. Clear? Just note it down first. Now the eighth one, can you lend me your pen, please? Okay, here it is a type of interrogative sentence. It says, can you lend me your pen, please? Here, so here can and lend. I will write it here. Can and lend. These two are transitive verb and pen is object. Okay. Next one, nine. They danced all night. So ninth is dance. Dance is intransitive verb. Clear? I will write the 10th one here. On the last, the 10th one. The bell rang loudly. Okay. The bell, sorry, I will only write the last word, rang. So rang is intransitive verb. Clear? So that was your exercise A. Okay. Exercise A we have just finished. So how many of you have completed exercise A? Okay, very good. Thank you. Now we will move for the next exercise, that is exercise B. In exercise B, students, just take out to page number 62. In the sentences given below, say whether the italicized verb are transitive or intransitive. That you have to recognize whatever sentences are given in that verb, what is the transitive or intransitive verb. If the verb is transitive, then mention there also. So here the same have to do. Now I'm going to erase the board. I hope that you all have completed. Now exercise D. Clear? First one, I posted the letter on my way to work. So I posted the letter on my way to work. Simply, it is very simple to recognize there because there is letter which is an object. So we will write what posted. That is what transitive verb, and then after letter. Letter is object. Clear? In the same way, the second sentence says that has father woke up. Okay, has father woken up. So you will underline woken up. Okay, that woken up is a, I think wrong. It is a type of intransitive verb. Third is they left before the match began. They left before the match began. Okay, the word left is a type of intransitive verb. That also intransitive verb. Clear? Now, fourth is the mother bought an ice cream to the child. So the word bought and ice cream. Okay, four one is BOUGST bought. That is what transitive verb, and ice cream is object. Clear? Now the next one. For five, she received my email yesterday. So received an email. Number five will be received is transitive verb, then email is object. Okay. I will erase here and then write the next one. Now number six, I ate as quickly as I could. So it's very simple. We do not find any object here. So that is a part of transitive or intransitive verb. So six will be a t e ate, intransitive verb. Here seven. Now we have seven. We thanked them for their help. So thanked and them. Thanked. THANKED. Thanked is transitive verb and them is object. It is indirect object. Okay. Now eight. Breathed. We are breathed. Then he breathed with great difficulty is a type of intransitive verb. Intransitive verb. Now nine. They built a house near the sea. So built. BUI. Built is transitive verb and then house is direct object. Now the last one, that is 10. They bribed the agent for a job. So bribe, BRI, bribe. That is what BRIBD. It is transitive verb and then after agent. Agent is object. So here is a student, we have completed exercise A and B. In this class today, we have completed exercise A and B. Just note it down first. Now we are going to have irrigative verbs. So should I erase this board? Everybody has written. Raise your hand and then make me sure faster. Okay. Now we have more irrigative verb. Okay. What is irrigative verb? So here on your book, page number 62, you can see that just it is written. You know that in case of transitive verb, action directly or indirectly affects the object. Clear? But there are many transitive verbs which can be used in such a way that their action affected the subject itself. When the action of the verb affected the subject itself, the verb can be irrigative verb. So irrigative verb is when the action affected the subject, okay, and the action affected the subject itself is known as irrigative verb. So in irrigative verb, what happened when the action, that is what affected the subject itself, means whatever action is going on, with the help of that action, your subject is being affected. That is known as a intransitive verb. See, the child broke the vase. I will write two examples. The child broke the, what is this visible? Broke the vase. The child broke the vase. Another say, the vase broke. The vase. There are two sentences, one and two. First is the child broke the vase and the vase broke. So here in the second sentence, you can see that irrigation action affects the vase. Here you can see the vase is the subject and it is only affected. Why? Because it is broken, means your subject is broken. So the action, the action of breaking can be seen on the subject. That is what vase. Clear, students? So the action of breaking can be seen where on the subject, that is what vase. The child broke the vase. Here the child broke the vase. It is not a type of irrigative sentence. Why? Because you can see that here the child is subject, base is transitive verb, and the base is object. So it is a type of transitive sentence. But when we have the next example, means here we are studying about irrigative verbs. What is irrigative verbs? Here the word broke. Broke is irrigative verb. What is irrigative verb? So when the action affected the subject itself is known as irrigative verb. So you can say the word broke. Okay. So the action of breaking can be seen on the subject itself. That is known as irrigative sentence. So I hope things are clear. Now verbs of incomplete predication. Okay, exercise CC, use the verb listed in the box given below or make two sentences. Here you have to simply make sentences. So that is up to you. You will solve this exercise. I'm not going to give you, because here what to do, you have to simply make sentences. So that is up to you. The next heading, that is verb of incomplete predication. That is what? Verb of incomplete predication. Verb of incomplete predication. Okay. Now what is verb of incomplete predication? Student, you can just take out your page number, take out your book, page number 63. Verb of incomplete predication. Here the first heading is that subjective complement. What are the first heading? That is subjective complement. Okay, just remember the heading verb of incomplete predication. So verb of incomplete predication, here we have subjective complement. So with the help of this heading, you can understand that what are we going to have here. So here we are going to have a complement. Okay, a complement which is related to our subject. It means whatever sentence is given in you, here you can have a complement. What is complement? That is something more about your subject. So a sentence, a complement which is telling something more about your subject, that is known as a subjective complement. Clear? So I will only I will only say one example. She looked confused. Okay. She looked, see the example. She looked confused. Okay. So here in this example, it says she looked confused. What the additional information is giving about the subject, that is she. Okay. Confused. Who is confused? So the subject is confused. Who is subject? That is she. She is confused. She looked confused. So the word confused is a complement of the subject, which is she. Clear? So subjective complement is a type of complement in which we have, an additional information about our subject. On the contrary, because now the time is up, we are going to finish here. But I will tell you one thing in addition. There is an objective complement as well. Okay. What is objective complement? There we have additional information about our object. Okay. So that is an objective complement. So students, here we will finish today. In the next class, we will move for the next one. So thank you and have a nice day.